The April 4th portal is fast approaching, and most people have no idea what's truly unfolding beneath the surface. This isn't just another cosmic event marked on a spiritual calendar. It's not a passing wave of energy that comes and goes without impact. The April 4th portal is a mirror, an amplifier, and a test. It reflects back to you what you've been putting out into the universe. It magnifies your internal world and tests your readiness to evolve beyond your current level of consciousness. This portal intensifies everything: your thoughts, your emotions, your energy. If you're aligned with your path, if you've been doing the work, you'll feel the momentum pushing you forward. You'll notice synchronicities, unexpected breakthroughs, and a rising sense of purpose. But if you're out of balance, if you've been ignoring the inner nudges, avoiding the shadow work, or bypassing your intuition, then this portal will show you, in no uncertain terms, exactly where your resistance lives. And here's what most people miss. The biggest danger isn't the portal itself, it's how you choose to enter it. Many people, unknowingly and unconsciously, are already making subtle mistakes that block their own growth. These aren't dramatic errors. They're small patterns of thought and behavior that seem harmless on the surface but act like anchors to the old self. The April 4th portal doesn't just open the door to light. It opens to all frequencies. It is a cosmic amplifier that intensifies your inner state. If your energy isn't grounded, if your field isn't protected, you may find yourself absorbing thoughts, feelings, and frequencies that don't even belong to you. And it's happening already. The pressure to conform, to blend in, to match the energy of the collective is peaking. People feel this energetic tension in their relationships, in their social media feeds, even in the silent comparisons they make throughout the day. But that pressure is a trap. The April 4th portal doesn't reward conformity. It rewards authenticity. It amplifies what makes you unique, not what makes you blend in. If you dim your light just to avoid discomfort or judgment, you're muting the very energy that's trying to elevate you. Fitting in energetic terms, is frequency death. The universe is not calling you to be accepted. It's calling you to be real, to be in full resonance with your true frequency, even if no one around you understands it. That's why, as this shift intensifies, you may feel increasingly disconnected from old routines, old friends, or belief systems that used to feel safe. You're not being rejected by life, you're being realigned. And this realignment isn't always easy, but it's always necessary. The number 4 in spiritual numerology carries deep meaning. It's about structure, stability, foundations, and divine order. It's the energy of the builder, the one who doesn't just dream of a better reality, but who lays the bricks for it day by day. This isn't energy that sweeps in with instant change and disappears just as quickly. This is a foundational shift, a long-term restructuring, a laying of energetic groundwork that supports your next evolution. But here's the catch. Just before breakthrough, many people fall into the trap of regression. They get impatient, they question the process, they doubt themselves, and as a result, they unconsciously pull themselves back into old cycles just when they're about to escape them. They replay old stories, fall into outdated habits, or sabotage themselves in small but powerful ways. This is not because they are weak or unworthy. It's because the ego clings to the familiar, especially when the unfamiliar is unknown and vast. Another major misstep during powerful energetic shifts is obsessive self-analysis. While shadow work and trauma healing are vital parts of the journey, not every moment is meant for deep excavation. Constantly reopening wounds, searching for what's broken, or endlessly unpacking the past can become another form of avoidance. This portal is about acceleration and momentum. If you use it to spiral into self-doubt or over-analysis, you're not transmuting your shadow, you're anchoring yourself to it. There is a subtle but essential difference between healing and holding on. Some people remain trapped in the healing cycle not because they need more time, but because they've grown attached to the process of fixing. They believe that freedom only comes after uncovering one more trauma, understanding one more pattern, or releasing one more block. But the truth is, sometimes growth means stepping away from the excavation and choosing to live in the light of what's already healed. This portal invites you into expansion, not perfection. You don't need to be flawless to move forward. You only need to be willing. And if you've been trying to force change, demanding signs, chasing breakthroughs, or clinging to outcomes, it's time to stop. Because forcing blocks flow. The energy of the April 4th portal doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to alignment. When you try to manufacture transformation, you move out of sync with divine timing. The ones who benefit the most from this shift are not the ones pushing hardest. They're the ones who are attuned, surrendered, and present. They trust that things are unfolding even when they can't see the full picture. They understand that alignment isn't about controlling every detail. It's about moving in harmony with what's unfolding. Perhaps the most overlooked source of energetic disruption is self-talk. The words you say to yourself all day long aren't just thoughts, they're programming. Every time you tell yourself you're not good enough, that you're behind, that you're not aligned, you lower your vibration. You reinforce a frequency of self-doubt and stagnation. Even if you're doing all the outer work, meditating, journaling, cleansing, if your inner voice is full of negativity, it cancels out your progress. And remember, this portal amplifies everything. If your self-talk is rooted in fear or comparison, it will grow louder. But here's the beauty. If you shift it, even slightly, the portal will amplify that too. Begin replacing those old loops with new truths. Speak to yourself with the same encouragement you'd give someone you love. This isn't about pretending to be positive. It's about becoming aware of how your inner language shapes your outer reality. But don't stop at the mental or emotional level. One of the biggest mistakes people make during high-frequency shifts is forgetting the body. Your spiritual energy needs a strong, receptive vessel. Your body is not separate from your spirit. It's the instrument that plays your frequency. And right now, it's undergoing its own transformation. Many people are feeling unexplained fatigue, restlessness, tension, or even anxiety. These symptoms aren't random, they're signals. Your nervous system is adjusting to hold more light, more clarity, more power. But if you ignore those signals, if you skip hydration, resist movement, or avoid rest, you'll burn out. Think of it like trying to run high-voltage energy through old wiring. The system short circuits. This is the time to nourish your body with intention. Hydrate more than usual. Move your body in gentle, intuitive ways. Get sunlight. Practice deep, conscious breathing. Even something as simple as stretching or walking barefoot can help regulate your system and anchor the incoming energy. Your physical well-being isn't a luxury. It's the foundation that allows everything else to expand. And once your system is grounded, you're in the perfect position to begin. The April 4th portal isn't just here to bless you with energy. It's here to be used. This is your launch pad. If you've been waiting for the right moment to begin a project, shift a habit, or commit to something that matters, this is it. You don't need a grand plan or a perfect strategy. You only need a first step. When you take aligned action during a shift like this, it imprints your goal with high-frequency momentum. That action carries the energy forward, even after the portal closes. It doesn't have to be big. Sometimes the smallest actions are the most potent. Drinking more water, starting a morning practice, writing one paragraph, making one decision. What matters is not the scale, it's the alignment. But one thing will sabotage all of this if you're not careful. Regret. Regret is one of the heaviest energies you can carry through a shift. If you enter this portal dragging your past behind you, replaying mistakes, clinging to old guilt, lamenting what you didn't do, you'll weigh yourself down. Not because you're being punished, but because regret loops. It keeps you anchored in a story where forward motion isn't possible. Let go of the narrative that you should be further along, that you missed your chance, that it's too late. These are illusions created by the mind to avoid presence. If the past were truly as defining as you believe, this portal wouldn't be here. But it is, and it's meeting you now, not in the past you regret or the future you fear, but in the present you're living. The only thing this shift responds to is the energy you bring into it. If you show up clear, honest, open, and willing, that's enough. You don't have to prove your worthiness. You don't have to be perfect. You simply have to be present. And if you've read this far, that means you're already listening to the part of you that's ready to evolve. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're at the threshold. And all that's left is to take the next step. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, consider subscribing to the channel for more insights and transmissions to support your spiritual journey. And if you feel called, share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. You never know who needs to hear what you've been through. Until next time, stay grounded, stay open, and keep rising.